See that 5-car slow down? He's trying to create a gap to get a run on him.
And there's those lap cars up in the front. That should help that bottom lane get a little bit of draft coming to the finish line.
Into the trial, the final time, jostling 3 wide behind the first 2 rows. Cindric, Preece at the line. Who?
Cindric.
Austin Cindric drops a nuclear move on the NASCAR world. Austin Cindric, driving the number 2 Team Penske Ford, pulled off what can only be described as a nuclear move in the final laps of the Jack Links 500 at Talladega Superspeedway. In a heart-stopping finish that left fans breathless, Cindric edged out Ryan Preece by a mere 0.022 seconds, about the length of a front hood, marking Team Penske's first NASCAR victory of the 2025 season. The dramatic photo finish capped off an unusually calm day at a track notorious for chaos and carnage. Let's break down exactly how Cindric detonated this nuclear move on the NASCAR world, changing the landscape of the 2025 season in the process. Talladega Superspeedway, the iconic 2.66-mile high-bank track, has earned its reputation as NASCAR's most unpredictable battlefield. Known for multi-car pileups and the big one, massive crashes that can eliminate half the field in seconds, this Alabama speedway typically delivers chaos in spades, but Sunday's race defied expectations. With only 4 cautions, 2 of which were scheduled stage breaks, the Jack Links 500 unfolded with unexpected cleanliness. This doesn't mean the action was lacking, though. Quite the opposite. The race featured an astounding 67 lead changes among 23 different drivers, season-high numbers that showcase Talladega's draft racing intensity. The relative calm provided the perfect backdrop for Cindric's strategic brilliance to shine. Instead of survival becoming the primary goal, pure racing skill and tactical decision-making took center stage. The drama began early, with pole sitter Zane Smith quickly falling back as the field naturally shuffled through the opening laps. Chase Briscoe seized an early advantage, leading a pack of 6 Toyotas in an impressive display of manufacturer solidarity. But Talladega's unforgiving nature claimed its first victims on lap 43, as drivers attempted to enter pit road during a green flag pit stop cycle. Disaster struck. Brad Keselowski and Kyle Busch collided, with the ensuing chaos collecting Ryan Blaney and sending his number 12 Penske Ford spinning. Keselowski, who leads all active drivers with 6 Talladega wins, was devastated by the early exit. He explained, "It was just a stack of guys trying to come to pit road as fast as they could, and we were kind of the ham in the sandwich that got squeezed. I waved down the backstretch to let everybody know I was gonna pit, and I came off of 4, and everybody was so tight behind me that I didn't even have a chance to turn left. I hate that it ruined not just our day, but several other people's day. I don't think I could do anything different." For Blaney, the 2023 NASCAR Cup Series champion, the early elimination marked his 4th DNF in just 10 races this season. "Another DNF, it just sucks," Blaney lamented. "Just when we were kind of getting our momentum and didn't even get to race today. We'll just move on to Texas." The carnage continued shortly after the restart when Joe Gibbs' racing teammates found themselves in an unfortunate collision. Denny Hamlin made contact with the rear of Christopher Bell's car, sending Bell spinning into Chris Buescher and hard into the inside wall. "What in the hell? Man, apologies if that's on me," Hamlin radioed after the incident. "We weren't even up to speed yet. I don't know why that would have wrecked him. When he shot down to the bottom, I wasn't even sure I was actually on him." Bell showed remarkable sportsmanship after the crash. "Denny didn't do anything wrong," he said. "You have to push. You have to push to be successful. It's a product of the cars we race with this rules package." With several pre-race favorites now watching from the garage, the field was wide open for someone to make a statement. As the dust settled from the early incidents, Kyle Larson emerged as the man to beat. The Hendrick Motorsports driver claimed the Stage 1 victory, making NASCAR history in the process. This marked Larson's 67th career stage win, breaking his tie with Martin Truex Jr. to become NASCAR's all-time leader in stage victories. Stages introduced in 2017 to create natural breaks in races and award bonus points have become a strategic element of NASCAR competition. However, Larson's celebration was short-lived. After setting the NASCAR record and heading to pit road as the leader, he was penalized for speeding and dropped to 17th in the running order for the restart. A critical setback at a track where draft position is everything. The drama intensified during Stage 2 when Bubba Wallace drove his Toyota to a stage win. While this was a victory for Wallace, it sparked an unexpected firestorm within Team Penske. Joey Logano, who believed he was in position to win the stage with teammate Austin Cindric's help, erupted in anger when Cindric failed to push him, allowing Wallace to capture the valuable stage points. "Way to go, Austin!" Logano fumed over his radio, adding multiple expletives. "You just gave it to him. Gave a Toyota a stage win. Nice job. Way to go. Put that in the book." Cindric, however, defended his actions, explaining he was trying to prevent a potential wreck. "That was all I could do not to wreck Joey," Cindric explained. "I was obviously trying to stay there. I was trying not to wreck everybody." This heated exchange highlighted the complex dynamics at play within team racing, especially at superspeedways where drafting partnerships are critical. The tension between Penske teammates added another layer of intrigue as the race headed toward its decisive final stage. As Stage 3 unfolded, the race transformed into a chess match. With no cautions interrupting the flow, fuel strategy and pit stop execution became paramount. Manufacturers aligned their cars in drafting formations, with Fords, Chevys, and Toyotas, each working together to maximize aerodynamic advantage. With 50 laps remaining, 5 Toyotas led 5 Fords and 2 Chevrolets in a 2-wide formation, unusual for Talladega, where 3-wide racing is common. This strategic restraint revealed the calculated approach drivers were taking in the absence of caution periods. The final pit stop cycle began with about 30 laps to go. During this sequence, a member of Carson Hocevar's pit crew was struck by Josh Berry's car as Berry entered his pit box. Despite this incident, no caution flag was raised, maintaining the strategic integrity of the race. As cars cycled through their final stops, Cindric's crew delivered the nuclear move that would ultimately decide the race. They executed the fastest final pit stop, transforming Cindric's position from mid-pack to the front of the field, when all cars had completed their service. This lightning-fast pit work with just 17 laps remaining positioned Cindric perfectly for the final sprint to the finish, a masterstroke of execution when it mattered most. The closing laps crystallized into a manufacturer showdown, Ford versus Chevrolet. Cindric and Preece established themselves in the front row, with Hendrick Motorsports teammates Kyle Larson and William Byron tucked in behind them, creating a potent 4-car draft that separated from the pack. Over the final 6 laps, Cindric and Preece exchanged the lead 5 times, showcasing superspeedway racing at its finest. The Hendrick teammates, despite their strength, opted not to pull out of line to create a 3rd lane, partially due to lapped traffic approaching ahead. "I wanted to take it, but I felt like the gap was too big," Larson explained after the race. "I was just stuck inside and just doing everything I could to advance our lane and maybe open it up to where I then could get to the outside. But we were all just pushing so equally that it kept the lanes jammed up." As the white flag waved, signaling the final lap, fans rose to their feet. Cindric and Preece remained side by side, neither yielding an inch as they thundered around the 2.66-mile track one last time. Exiting the final turn, the 2 Ford drivers remained perfectly matched, but as they approached the checkered flag, Cindric's bright yellow number, 2 car edged ahead by the smallest of margins, 0.022 seconds, roughly the length of a front hood, to claim the victory. It definitely wasn't easy. I give a lot of credit, Kyle. Larson did a lot to take care of me, pushing me at the right times in the tri-oval, and as mad as I was at him after Atlanta race. That was great, and having a photo finish at Talladega and get in the playoffs in front of this amazing crowd, beautiful day in Alabama.
Yeah, no, it definitely wasn't easy. I give a lot of credit. Kyle did a lot to take care of me, pushing me at the right times in the tri-oval. As mad as I was at him after Atlanta, I feel like we're good now. So that was great. I mean, having a photo finish at Talladega and to be able to do it, get in the playoffs in front of this amazing crowd on a beautiful day in Alabama.
For Preece, the finish was heartbreaking. The 34-year-old driver came literally a split second away from capturing his first NASCAR Cup Series victory. "I'm happy, but as a racer, you want to win, right?" Preece said after climbing from his car. Coming through the tri-oval, I felt like, all right, we're all sticking together and nobody was leaving me.